How's it going, everyone? How are you doing today? I'm just having a little trip down memory lane and checking out some of my old videos. Since we're kind of waiting at the moment for all the new video games to come out, I'm just looking back at the different playlists and series that I used to do and trying to get an idea on what sort of videos were my most popular. I mean, I can actually see which videos were the most popular statistically if I go to most viewed. So my #1 video of all time was my top 5 crazy cool custom cars in Grand Theft Auto 5, which has got 610,000 views, 3,500 likes, and almost 300 comments. And as you can see, a lot of the old GTA 5 videos that I did back in 2013, just after GTA 5 was released, are now my most popular videos, and surprisingly, a couple of those Forza Horizon 2 videos, I think I've mentioned this before in previous talks where I've said, like, in hindsight, I wish I'd have carried on with certain videos, like these live comms of Forza Horizon 2 just free roaming. A couple of these have just gone on to get like massive amounts of views. Whereas when I remember when I first posted these two in particular, this one anyway, I even tweeted about this one. It did dreadfully, it didn't get hardly any views at all, and then it's gone on to become what is it, the 6th most popular video of all time. So just goes to show. But yeah, I thought I'd take you along on my journey down memory lane, and we'll check out some of these old videos that I used to do. You can get some reactions of my awful commentary back in 2011. So let's start off with these Black Ops weapon guides. Let's see then. Let's open this in a new tab. So let's see. Let's try and think back to one of my favourite weapons from Black Ops. Let's have a look at the FAMAS. Where's that gone? I've just spotted it somewhere. Oh, an ad. Oh, I've got to sit through an ad. God, I can't even skip it. Oh, these YouTubers who are just sellouts making money from their videos. Oh, the old intro.
Hello everyone, how's it going? This is Chris, and today I've got the next instalment of my Black
Sound like a mouse.
Guide. This week we're going to take a look at the FAMAS. Now the FAMAS
Get some confidence.
From France and
hello everybody, this is Chris, and today we're going to look at the FAMAS.
I bet in a few years' time I'll look back at my current videos and just be cringing just as much as at my presentation. Hopefully I've progressed a bit since these days.
The average damage rating for shot kill.
17,500 views.
The FAMAS has quite a moderate recoil.
I mean, obviously these videos have amassed quite a few views over time, but well, I was going to say that they didn't do particularly well, but I guess back then I was only a small channel. I think my views back then were probably better than they are now. I think my video graphics have improved a bit as of the latest Call of Duty and Battlefield titles as well. A bit of a voice crack there now. I still suffer from that now. You're suddenly talking, then you get this. This brings back memories. Good old Black Ops. I think, with the exception of the lag, I think Black Ops was one of my favourite Call of Duties.
Shooting multiple bullets into an enemy in a split second is...
It's nice that Black Ops 3 does have kind of a feel of Black Ops 1.
So,
I remember my old emblem then, you see it, the old Thundercats emblem.
For a lower fire rate and higher damage. Weapons like the Galil and the Commando...
Oh, this is boring, I've had enough of this.
Higher damage rating of 40-30.
No wonder there's 9 dislikes on it. So let's move on. I'll not bother with Homefront because they weren't particularly popular game. Let's have a look at some of these class setups I did. These Black Ops class setups were kind of what the Black Ops weapon guides and the Black Ops class setups kind of what launched my channel, and I revisited these two series in almost every Call of Duty and almost every Call of Duty since, with the exception of Advanced Warfare. I never played that game. So let's see. Oh, Ghostbuster. I remember this one. Anti-Ghost class. I think that this one was one of the most popular actually. Stepping up in views slightly. Let's skip this ad this time. do like that intro.
Class recommendation. This time we're going to take a look at the class that I've put together named Ghostbuster.
Cool visuals.
This class is designed to help you fight against ghost campers and corner campers, or ghost corner campers.
Thumbs up if you want to bust some ghosts.
An epidemic in Black Ops of people sitting in corners and just waiting to take them out even after they've started.
Thinking back, I came up with some quite good classes, I think. Cool move. Take that, corner camper.
Fire a rocket-propelled grenade in there just to
quite enjoyed coming up with these class ideas too. Took forever with ones like this way. It was like I had to find lobbies where there was loads of ghost players in order to actually get clips. And I think it's that eventually made me lose interest in creating these, because I mean, it's got 23,000 views now, but they didn't get that many views when I first posted them, and obviously I wasn't earning hardly anything from them compared to the amount of time that I actually put into making them. I think that's kind of what made me lose interest with creating YouTube videos, and with Call of Duty in particular, it's so frustrating. And when I'm trying to collect clips for these certain weapons and classes, and it just started frustrating me, and then it just gets stressed out and everything, so it just weren't healthy. You never know though, I might pick these back up in Black Ops 3, we'll see. Obviously it's all a matter of time, and my main line of business is picked up now. Obviously I want to be putting time into that's actually making me money, as opposed to kind of wasting time in a way, creating YouTube videos that are fun, but they don't pad out the bank balance very well. Right, so let's see, where do we go to from there? Call of Duty Arsenal. I think I did these between Black Ops and Modern Warfare 3. I revisited Call of Duty 4 and Modern Warfare 2 to look at the famous weapons. I remember these didn't get particularly good views as well, because it was between two games. I always come out with these series ideas that I really liked between, in that downtime like we're in at the moment before the new game comes out, and they never did very well.
How's everyone? Chris here with the first episode of my Call of Duty Arsenal new series.
The commentaries
in this series, we're going to take a look at
improving slightly, I think. What year we're in now? 2011 still, so just a few months later, I seem to be getting a bit more comfortable.
The best weapons, the favourites amongst the community. And in this first episode,
still one of my favourite weapons out of all Call of Duty games, the MP5 from Call of Duty 4.
The whole Call of Duty really does speed up your gameplay.
I wish I could play like this again. I jumped on Black Ops 3 beta last night, and I'm absolutely terrible in comparison.
It just generally just makes.
I think I just managed to break even kill-death ratio on one game, having not played a shooter for over a year.
Easy to use, so you don't necessarily need a sight. One of my favourite attachments, which we'll talk about in just a while, is the silencer, which really just does make the MP5 sound great in Call of Duty 4.
Right, where do we move on to next? Oh, I picked up Battlefield 3, started that kind of boosted my channel a bit. Moved it on from Call of Duty and attracted a fair audience from Battlefield. So let's check out the AUG. I mean, similar sort of views, 27,000. These are from 2012, so just a few months later. Increasing on likes at least.
How's it going, everyone? Chris here, continuing on with my look at the new. It's worth noting that those revives are.
I did enjoy Battlefield 3 a lot more than Battlefield 4 actually. It's a lot more action packed, I found.
Or if you're just going to,
when I think back to my memorable moments, they all seem to be in Battlefield 3.
So let's get started with this guide and take a look
at
except
for moments like that.
The power figures come in high. I used to enjoy using the L85.
Okay, that kill feed. I kind of treated this game. I would have much preferred it to be more of a run and gunner, because I'm not really into the full Battlefield experience of conquest and all the big team aspect of it.
But the
quite a few multi-kills in these
LMP5
clips there.
with a slightly faster reload time at 2.5 seconds as opposed to 2.8, and a much faster reload time when the magazine is empty.
But same again, I mean, these videos took so long to
It
create.
might only be fractions of a second, but it does come into play when you're in those hot firefights in game.
I mean, even now, after amassing almost 30,000 views, it's still not brought in anything revenue-wise to make it worthwhile. But let's move on. Where do we go to next? Modern Warfare 3 class setups, if there's any of these left, because half of these we got copyright claimed. Wait, not copyright claimed, it was terms of use claims against them because of the tags that was in them. So there's only a couple of these left. What was it? 4 out of the whole series, so that were a waste of time, wasn't it? I think, how many views, hundreds of thousands of views I've lost from them being deleted. Removed even. But at least the weapon guide, I was going to say the weapon guides have survived. There's a couple that's missing. Let's just quickly watch one of these for the Model 1887.
How's it going, everyone? Chris here with the
this is where, this is still 2011. I thought
this time around we're going to take
we're going back in time a bit now.
Weapons in the game, the Model 1887 shotgun.
Obviously,
which
Call of Duty, the slightly newer titles performed a lot better.
Creation, and back then it was a hit.
I mean, I think a lot of these, when the new when the new titles come out and people go back to the old Call of Duties, I think these kind of get a new lease of life and get a boost of extra views and likes.
21st century with the help of.
Anyway, let's move on. What did we look at next? Some Skyrim builds. Now, Skyrim's another series that I wish I'd have carried on with because I really enjoyed this game and I quite enjoyed making these character builds, even though I was new to the game. I didn't really it's a big learning curve, but these again, I posted these videos, they got dreadful views, then they went on to becoming, before GTA 5 they were the most popular videos on my whole channel.
How's it going, everyone? Chris here with a new little video series based on Skyrim. I've been enjoying Skyrim since Christmas, and I've been wanting to do some sort
once again awful boring commentary there.
I originally thought to do some kind of let's play video series.
200,000 views for this one.
Stick to my usual setup of doing sort of like the stereotypical Viking.
I mean, if I'd have started my channel or started a second channel purely for Skyrim, I bet it could have become quite popular.
This type of character setup,
I think that
pretty easy. So if you're,
one of the mistakes I think I've made is
being a warrior is probably the most straightforward way to get into
switching and changing focus on different games. I mean, it brings in a wider audience for altogether, but I think that audience is kind of then split between Call of Duty, Battlefield, and then and they can be kind of grouped into shooters, and then there's like a small segment there for like Skyrim who don't bother watching the other videos, and it's just like it pads out the overall subscriber count, but they don't really match up to the views and likes that I got on videos.
So being a warrior type class, we'll use
Right, let's see where we're going to go next. Battlefield 3 loadouts. I remember doing some cool ones in this. It was a little bit more difficult in Battlefield than it was in Call of Duty, but I remember doing some cool ones. And this is where I kind of came up with the idea of doing real life military forces, which I'll come on to in a minute when I did them in Battlefield 4. Here we go, military weapon setups. This is another series that I quite enjoyed making, but I don't know, I just lost interest for some reason. I think once again it weren't getting very good views. I mean, 13,000 views for these 5 videos. Let's see, let's look at the US Marine Corps. That's probably the most popular. 34,000 views. I mean, compared to some of those older Call of Duty ones, which have amassed up to like 200,000.
What's going on, Battlefielders, and welcome back to another military weapon setup. This time we're going to take a look at a weapon loadout.
I mean, this is 2014, so my commentary's a little bit better.
Marine Corps. And the weapon of choice for this episode is the M16A4.
Quite like my visuals on this as well.
For the Marines, and the A4 variant being the latest generation of this classic design. So while the M16A4,
the frustrations of playing Battlefield stop me from continuing with this series as well. I can see I'm playing hardcore mode, which is the game type I switched over to when I got frustrated with the core mode. You know, the everyone being a bullet sponge.
No batteries required.
At least in hardcore mode, you die instantly, but then you also had the chance of killing other people instantly as well.
Generation M16, the A4 over its predecessors, laser sight, specifically the ANP.
I mean, just like Advanced Warfare, I never got into Battlefield Hardline either, which is when I switched over to car games.
But for in-game performance, I didn't think that.
I think these are one of my favourite visual designs. You know, those little things that popped up at the side. I like the idea of coming up with the thumbnail of the overlaying the flag of each military force over a screenshot. I quite like that idea. Some of my favourite videos are actually in this series, Black Ops 2 class setups. This is when I really took the class setup idea to the max and created some really interesting ones. I think actually this is when I started incorporating movie clips as well. Really tried to up the production quality to see if that would help with the views and likes and overall exposure.
How's it going, everyone? I've got another movie-themed class setup, just like I did back in Modern Warfare 3.
In fact, I think this one might be my favourite
class to play as the
visual graphics design
I remember back in that
for my various video series.
Weapons and equipment that I wish I had from Black Ops 1, so lots of those things are available. Started with this loadout. We'll look at some.
Do we have any movie clips in this?
For the primary weapon, we need something that's going to represent the M41 pulse rifle.
This is an M41A pulse rifle, 10mm, an over and under 30mm pump-action grenade launcher.
I originally picked out the Type 25, that looking much similar in appearance to the M41A1.
All these videos that have included movie clips on, and not one of these incurred a copyright strike.
Insanely high fire rate.
Whereas that entire Modern Warfare 3 series got taken down just for some extra tags in description, which were all relevant.
One is the predecessor to the M41 pulse rifle.
See what other movies are. I can remember I did one for RoboCop.
Between the years of 2025 and 2176. I initially wanted
Total
that
Recall.
Type 25 because of its fast fire rate, but we can convert the M8A1's 4-round burst mode into a fast 937 rounds per minute.
There we go, RoboCop. Let's have a look at this one. What an introduction.
How's it going, everyone? If you haven't guessed by my little theme tune, today's movie-themed class setup is going to be based on RoboCop.
Your move, creep.
And as I've done in these movie-themed class setups right back from Black Ops 1 through Modern Warfare 3 and now into Black Ops 2, we're going to make a setup based on weapons and equipment used in the featured movie, which of course
I think this series has got to be the one that I had the most fun making. I mean, these are the ones that I quite enjoy watching back.
And then, as always, the third movie.
It's just a shame that the views never matched up to the effort that it took to make them. I mean, these are on 25,000 views, or like amassed from 2013. I mean, back when these were first released, I think they were getting maybe like 5 or something. But I mean, there's channels like half my size that are getting more than 25,000 views, like within 24 hours of posting a video.
The Auto 9 is actually based on the Beretta 93R, which is obviously what the name of the B23R is based off in Black Ops 2.
I mean, I'd love to spend time creating videos like this and having fun, but it's just not worthwhile.
Casings to make it quite a unique weapon. So to configure our B23R,
playing like a pro as well. I wish I could jump back on and play like this.
The long barrel to give it that much more elongated appearance. We'll also go with the extended clip to take
as if I'm wearing boxing gloves these days. I can't even control where character looks.
50-round magazine. The Auto 9 is obviously RoboCop's primary weapon in the movie, so we'll try and use this secondary.
Right, let's not get too carried away. Let's carry on. Where are we going next? Quite enjoyed the weapon guide series as well. I quite like the visual design of the graphics that I did in this series, if I can remember it. I think this one was like a side. Oh no, it was the ones that are aligned at the top
quite a few
bar.
burst and semi-auto weapons in the assault rifle category, so that kind of extends the overall.
A couple of these
damage
videos actually went on to get fairly decent amount of views.
Figures. But even in comparison to the,
I mean, I'm saying decent, but again, there's channels like smaller than mine that are getting this per video within like 24 hours.
But in general, it's a weapon that you can get away with holding them.
I did a lot of my favourite videos of all time are actually in this playlist. I started uploading some of my personal videos on my gaming channel, as well as I used to have a separate channel for this, so I've got like personal videos scattered all over the place. But you can see what sort of stuff we got up to in on holiday years ago, and a few videos from our trip to the gun range in Las Vegas. See me firing the AK-47. This instructor was a cool dude as well. I did him up on Facebook afterwards too. It's interesting seeing what he's up to nowadays. He's now he's moved out of Las Vegas. He's now a police sheriff up in Idaho. Ex-army. I'd love to go back and do this again. I kind of wish I'd just had more fun, rather than you see the target in front of you and you automatically like focus on you know, line its sights up and trying to get the bullseye, rather than just having some fun doing a Rambo style and pinning trigger. Got loads of videos from our honeymoon. I'm glad I spent time to create some of these. It's great watching them back, like the helicopter Grand Canyon tour, Alcatraz tour, driving around Mulholland Drive in a Camaro. So this is where my channel, well, in fact, this little series, I kind of dropped this in no time because I weren't really happy with it. But GTA 5 is when my channel really took off. I remember it got to the lowest point since I started it, you know, in terms of views and everything. And then I thought I'll try some custom car builds in Grand Theft Auto 5. Just something totally different than what I'd posted before, and these went on to become like doubled my subscriber count within like 6 months. So some of these are quite fun. Or hundreds of these things. So we've got some of the old ones like this Dukes of Hazzard one. This was before the actual Imponte Dukes was even added to the game. I mean, some of these are still getting comments like daily. Obviously people are still playing Grand Theft Auto 5, and I tried to revisit it. These showcase videos is what burnt me out. I created hundreds of cars, and they got quite good views, but I just lost interest. I mean, when you build that many cars in a game, you get sick of it. But I tried to like reboot it recently when the Xbox One version came out, but these never kind of missed my chance. I mean, this one got 10,000 or 9,000 views.
Matches to the bodywork on the real life Z06. Then the main colour scheme to replicate this nice goldy yellow.
At least my commentary is a bit better nowadays in 2015.
Bright orange primary colour.
So I think anyway. I hope.
Pearl. Black for the secondary colour is what we need, but the pearl affects it.
I'm really looking forward to Need for Speed. I'm going to continue this sort of theme of car builds, and hopefully that'll boost my channel into the future and revive it once again. I might have to change my background music though. I've used that on hundreds of videos now. So we've switched basically from shooters to car games come GTA 5, and also started playing Forza. Did some Forza 5 car builds and Forza Horizon 2 car builds as well. Oh, and Titanfall. I really wish Titanfall was a more popular game, because I really enjoyed creating Titanfall videos. I really enjoyed playing it, but it weren't popular enough for it to be worthwhile to create content on it. I mean, these got 2,600 views. The whole series of loadouts, 8,000 views. I mean, the weapon guides as well, which should have been the most popular, 6,000 views total. So it just once again, it's the shooting games. They're quite fun to create content on, but they just didn't get the views that made them worthwhile. Some of these Battlefield 4 loadouts, this is when I continued the movie theme in some of these as well, like Transformers, Nest, Soldiers, and I think every one of these is based on a movie actually. Let's have a look. Which one should we watch? Let's watch this Navy SEAL one. You look at number of likes on that one. That one did pretty well. Not so much on views. I mean, not bad now, but it's amassed those over a long period of time, over a couple of years.
Before I get started with these, I just wanted to say a quick word. My Battlefield loadout video tracked the least number of views.
I'm complaining about it now. This is why it's got so many likes.
Because
I begged for them.
I do, plus having to try and collect gameplay with what's often not a very competitive setup. But I know plenty of you guys enjoy them, and I've tried to take them to the next level with this year's Battlefield 4 military loadouts.
So much work into
if you do enjoy the video, or if
them.
you'd like to help spread the word, I'd really appreciate your support in the way of likes, favourites,
Please
and all that
give
good
me
stuff.
likes.
But let's stop wasting time and get straight on with episode 1 of my new Battlefield 4 loadouts. So in the Battlefield 3 series, I kind of found my
another cool visual design. This is what I love doing with my videos, is combining my love of graphic design with gaming.
One of the ways I'm going to try and up the quality this year is to include some cool video footage to help refer to for my decisions on each loadout. So in the case of the US Navy SEALs,
once again, not one of these videos got flagged up for any copyright strikes, despite using Hollywood footage in there.
Setups, even with live ammunition in some scenes. So for this loadout in game, we're going to
this were a quite interesting series to produce, though. You know, doing all research. You can guarantee that the comments are full of criticisms, but I think I remember now. This is why I based it on movie builds as opposed to real life builds, because you'd always get people saying, oh, X and X Force didn't use this weapon, they actually used this one. So they're definitely worth watching if you've got some time to spare and you want to watch back some of my old videos. So it looks like we're moving on to more car stuff now. These Forza 5 Showdowns, I think I'm going to revive this series in Forza 6. I mean, once again, I wish Forza wasn't an Xbox exclusive game, because I think it restricts the amount of people who watch the videos. Well, actually, I've just realised I'm saying about these views as being the entire views of all the videos. It can't be. Must be the number of views the playlists had. But anyway, these videos, watching them back now, I quite like the idea of doing like a car review kind of thing.
To a new mini-series on my channel
where I edit the footage of the cool car and give a bit like a background and a history and all this.
And also find out which one is the fan favourite.
I think I might also, I'll reboot this series and keep it as kind of a Rivals thing where I compare two similar cars, and then it's quite cool to give like a rating thing in the comments, you know, thumbs up for the Camaro or thumbs up for the Mustang. It's interesting to see which one you guys in the community like. In this particular series, I went on and drove them around the track, which is boring. Just sat there watching my crappy driving for about 10 minutes. But I think in Forza 6 I'll redo this with the visual editing and the voiceover, but then end it there and then leave it up to the community to decide which one's the winner, as opposed to trying to rate them doing a showdown.
They still retain the ingredients that makes them muscle cars at heart, namely a thumping, often supercharged V8 strip. both the Mustang and
So I definitely recommend going back and watching these if you never saw them, because once again these got dreadful views. I think it was because I posted these just before Forza Horizon 2 had come out, so Forza 5 had been out for ages, and it just weren't a popular game to watch on YouTube. But I've got ones for Mustang versus Camaro, Supra versus Skyline, Countach versus F40, and Impreza versus Evo. I've got loads written down as well in my playlist, but it got to that one, and that one it were like single figure views, so I just thought I'd stuff this. The amount of time it took to do all the research and write the script and edit it together, and then do the 2 separate races and with me wheel and stuff. So hopefully, if I do reboot that in Forza 6, it'll prove quite popular. I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna continue this theme of car builds in Need for Speed. Some of these got good views, and it's always fun, you know, just building something just for fun, then just showing off what I'd built, as opposed to like the weapon guides and the class setups. They took forever to kind of come up with the idea, collect the clips, do the visuals and everything. These were a lot easier to create. So and obviously they went on and got loads more views. So I think the driving scene on YouTube, the racing game scene, in fact let's just stick one of these on so we can watch something in the background. The racing scene as opposed to the shooter scene on YouTube is a lot easier to get noticed in, I think. And also the moving on to these racing car games, it's resulted in a lot more opportunities than I ever saw playing Battlefield and Call of Duty for all those years. I mean, I got that free stuff sent by Thrustmaster, and also recently got invited down to Jaguar's HQ, which I believe is a direct result of posting car games on YouTube.
So much that it spun around like a ballerina. And finally, I wanted it to be manual transmission.
This sort of editing were fairly easy because it's basically just recording the like the automatic like showcase footage from the game. So I didn't have to like find a lobby and set up a specific class and deal with campers and hope that I could play well enough to get good kill feeds.
Surprised at how well this car handled, being a high-power rear-wheel drive.
It's sort of thing I could just jump on, record,
like everything else. But it's actually
turn the computer on and edit it together a lot quicker than spending hours and hours gaming just to collect clips.
First of all, I made it all-wheel drive. I did max out the upgrades.
It's nice that it's white Ferrari, isn't it? It's white F40.
While it was perfectly controllable,
nice pearlescent white with a blue highlight.
And I've got to say, the result is awesome. It puts down the power with ease, and it makes power.
Once again, my commentary's a lot better these days in 2014 to 2015.
Sticking with that classic twin turbo setup, but maxed out the engine upgrades.
But let's move on. We're coming to the end now. We've not got many more left. I did a little series of Fast and Furious builds because they were any sort of Fast and Furious content seemed popular. It's always something that pops up in YouTube search. So let's just have a quick look at some of these actually. What sort of views did I get? Dom's Charger, that's got to be the most popular, isn't it? So almost 30,000, which is not bad, I guess, since it's only from 2014, whereas those older Black Ops videos had amassed almost like 30,000 over like however many years, like multiple years. So, Project Cars, that were a disaster, weren't it? I tried playing that last night after updating it and it's still buggy as hell. One of these test drive videos actually got good search rankings. That got okay views. I thought it were a lot more than that actually. So that's a little history lesson of my channel. Kind of the different directions that I went. Started off on Black Ops. Introduced Battlefield in there, then totally switched focus to GTA and Forza, and we'll have to see where we go from now. Whether I switch back to include Black Ops 3, maybe even Star Wars Battlefront, or continue with car content with Need for Speed and Forza 6, or maybe become a multi-game channel and post both car games and shooters, so we'll have to see. Hopefully the views situation will improve, because after building this channel up to like 125,000 subscribers, I don't want to neglect it and just leave it to rot. But like I mentioned, my main line of business with my design stuff's most important, so I'm going to make sure I don't do what I was doing back in the day of these older Call of Duty videos, where I was putting like hours and hours into it and getting like $2 in return for my time. So let me know the whole history of my channel, if there's any particular favourite series or any particular favourite video, and hopefully this has given you a little teaser into some of the videos you might have missed if you've only come on board fairly recently. Like if you were come on board from Grand Theft Auto, you'll have missed out on all these old videos. So thank you for sticking around watching this lengthy video. So catch you later.